What's up, everyone? David here. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now today, we're going to be talking to those of you who are still in the grind, working 9 to 5. You have a full-time job, but you still want to make time for gains. I want to point out by saying, you do have time. It's just a matter of prioritizing what's important, and it's about holding yourself accountable. If you really want to be in shape and you really want to get in better health, then you got to prioritize making a way to balance out your gym life and your work life. So let's get into it. All right, so biggest thing when it comes to working a 9 to 5 and trying to find a way to hit the gym is staying consistent. I mean, what's the number one thing that people say when it comes to this type of thing? I don't have time to work out, which is perfectly reasonable. You may think that's the case, but maybe you do. It may not be as often as you would like, but if you can get only 1 or 2 days in, instead of the ideal 4 or 5 that you would like, okay, then only do 1 or 2 days. Again, those 1 or 2 days are better than not even hitting the gym at all. Again, biggest thing here is being consistent. Whatever you can do, whatever your limited availability is, stick to it. If you could only work out 1 day per week while working at 9 to 5, okay, then work out that 1 day a week. That is one more workout that you would have otherwise done had you not come up with the excuses and decided, nah, I don't have time at all to begin with. So stay consistent. Figure out whatever that schedule is. If you know you have 2 days available, okay, then do 2 days available. If you only have 3 days, all right, then do 3 days. If you can only hit it once, hit it once. Fuck. So once you figure out how many days you can actually work out on top of your regular work schedule, it'll make it a lot easier to figure out what are the workout programs that you should be following. For example, if you know you work Monday through Friday and you only have 3 days that you can work out, okay, well then now you know what you can be hitting those 3 days. You could do upper body, lower body, full body split, push, pull legs, or full body, all 3 legs. However you want to divide it up, go for it. If you know you can only do 2 days per week, okay, well then now you know how you need to program it. You gotta make sure you hit all the major muscle groups within those 2 days. If you can work out more days, for example, let's just say 4 or 5, well then now you can split it up a little bit more into smaller muscle groups. But again, once you figure out what your schedule is going to be, you know what days you're gonna be hitting the gym, perfect. Plan accordingly. And the good thing about most 9 to 5s is it's pretty set schedule. Most of the time, you will know exactly what days you're coming in and what days you're going to be off. Again, typical 9 to 5s don't really have like a fluctuating routine. It's usually part-time jobs that have a fluctuating routine. Those are days where you got to wait for your schedule to come in. Most full 9 to 5s are usually Monday through Friday. I mean, if you do have a day off throughout the week, you typically know already ahead of time, and the schedule stays like that for however long you're working. So that's a good thing. Use that to your advantage. You know what days you're supposed to come in. You know what days you're gonna be off. Use those off days to your advantage. Or even the days that you do come in, if you already know continually that you're gonna be getting off early on this day, and that day, or you know you're gonna be going in later on this day and that day, okay, try to find a way to put those workouts in those days. Whatever your schedule is, have your gym schedule reflect those as well, and stick to it. A lot of times, why do people flake off in the gym? It's because something out of the ordinary popped up in their schedule, and now they don't have time to go to the gym. It's like, oh, nope, this popped out. Oh, no, I got called in last minute. Well, I was planning to go to the gym on this day, but I see I got scheduled in. No. They're pretty set in stone. Figure out what the schedule is going to be, and then you go to the gym based off of that. Program ahead of time. You know how many days you're going to be able to work out, hit all the major muscle groups. I will like to point this out though. The few days that you actually, let me put it this way. The fewer the amount of days that you have available to work out, the more likely it is that you're gonna be having to rely more on full body splits. Because again, even if you do have limited availability, you're still gonna have to hit each major muscle group at least twice per week. So if you can only work out twice per week, okay, well you might have to do full body workouts each day instead of doing upper body and lower body. But again, to each their own, do what you feel is right for you. Oh. All right, so that pretty much sums up the first biggest goal that we already emphasized. Whatever your schedule is, stick with it, stay consistent with it. Second main point that we got to really try to emphasize when it comes to balancing out gym life and work life, especially for those of you working full time, is prioritizing movement, getting those steps in throughout the day, get that blood going throughout the day, not just sitting down all day, moving around as much as you can throughout not just your shift, but just the day in general. I mean, let's just put it this way. Let's just say you do work out and you figured out which days you're going to do it outside of your work schedule. That workout is what? An hour, hour and a half at most. That's going to be the most movement you get throughout the day, especially considering if your 9 to 5 is something where you're seated all day. I'm talking about like the office jobs. I'm talking about being a truck driver, bus driver, those jobs, those professions where you're in front of a computer, you're typing up emails, taking phone calls. There's not really a lot of movement going on throughout the day. So although it's, yes, I applaud you for getting some type of workout in the first place with the gym, hitting the weights, whatever it is, that 1 hour, hour and a half of movement should not be the only time you're moving throughout the day. Even when you're in the office, even when you're in the classroom, somehow, some way, emphasize getting some blood flow. Get your steps in throughout the day. Because again, think about how many calories you're burning here versus how many calories you're gonna be eating throughout the rest of the day. We gotta burn those out too, because again, if you're trying to be healthy is a 24-hour a day type of thing. It's not just an hour to 90-minute type of thing. And it all starts off with where you park your car. Now you may be wondering, but David, what do you mean it starts where you park your car? Well, let me ask you this. How many of you, when you go somewhere, not even just work, just anywhere in general, and you park or you feel the need to park in the closest possible parking space available? Like, why? As close as possible to the entrance or wherever it is that you're going. Really? Does a couple extra steps really gonna kill you? Nah. Park a little bit further away. Again, you're about to be seated for a couple of hours at a time. We need to get more movement. You want to be healthier. You're sedentary. You need to get those steps in throughout the days. Park a little bit further in the parking lot. Take a couple little extra steps to make it inside the building. It's not going to hurt you. It's beneficial. You may be thinking, okay, it's a couple extra steps. Does it really make that big of a difference? Well, realistically, it might. Keep in mind, a couple of little steps here and there throughout the day, eventually, they'll start adding up. So again, emphasize a lot of movement, as much as you can. Now, let's actually take it inside. So we already established that you need to get as much movement as you can throughout the day. And once you're in the office, one real big thing that's gonna help you out, this right here. So if you need to, set timers on your phone. Set a timer for every hour, at the top of every hour, in between writing notes, in between typing up emails, in between taking phone calls, in between meetings. Get up and move around. Again, we need to get more movement throughout the day. That 1 hour workout that you did earlier is not gonna be enough to burn enough calories throughout the rest of the day if you're just here seated all day. And on a side note, I mean, you should know when you need to get up. Even if you're setting an alarm every hour and you are actually getting up every hour, occasionally you do this. You do this whole, you're moving around. You just can't stay still. You feel like you need to twist. That's your body's way of letting you know that you need to get up and you need to move. Listen to your body. We just stay still all day. We're just seated. We're going to get very tense, very stiff. Our muscles are going to get tight. So even if you have to, get up and do some stretches. There's certain muscle groups that are going to be getting tighter than others if you're going to be seated for prolonged periods of time. Which muscles are these? Well, I already have a video right here about what are the muscles that you should be stretching if you work an office job. And it's not just an office job, it's realistically any other job where you're gonna be seated for a long period of time. So make sure you get up and move as often as you can throughout the day. Realistically, everyone, that's pretty much it. Again, if your goal is to improve your health, work out, hit the gym, but you're also someone who works a 9 to 5 or just any full-time job, there are ways around it. You just gotta be strategic around how you plan your day, and you gotta stay consistent with whatever it is that you come up with. Whatever the game plan is, stick with it. Comment down below if this video was helpful. Comment down below also any tips that you may have when it comes to balancing work life and gym life. Again, because there are ways to make both happen. Comment down below. Let's try to help each other out. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is. Comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help you all out. Be sure to subscribe not just to this channel, but my girlfriend's channel and our couple's channel, so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, we got new videos every week across the board for all 3 channels. New videos for this channel specifically every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so don't miss out. Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on my accounts, girlfriend's, couple's accounts. I put all the links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.